We truly live in interesting times. Hey everyone, it's Void Era, the best channel on YouTube for finding new games daily. There has been an ongoing battle between payment companies and video game distribution. It all started on Steam, where Steam was pressured into taking some games down by Visa and perhaps some others. I'm not totally in on the know with what companies are involved, but I know that Visa is one of them. It seems to me that a lot of people are kind of downplaying this. Some people are taking it very seriously. Some people are saying it won't affect the games that they love. It's not going to get that serious. But as we all know, big changes often start with little movements, and this is a pretty serious one. Some would even go as far to say that it could affect games like Grand Theft Auto or Call of Duty, perhaps. Where is the line? When we talk about violence, explicit content, do we really want to put it in the hands of payment companies to decide what storefronts can offer these games? The consumer wants these games so badly, myself included. I would happily send a handwritten check to Rockstar to play GTA 6. I can't wait for it. It would be devastating if that was taken away from us by whatever type of thing is happening here. Also, what is with this moral gray area we seem to be in with these companies? Why stop at video games? You know, YouTube has payment systems. YouTube shows explicit content from time to time, violent content from time to time. I haven't heard a hoot or a holler out of Visa about OnlyFans and Lil Tay. That's a whole other can of worms to get into, but video games. Now there's a problem. You might as well shut them all down. There's violence and explicit content all over the internet that you can pay for. It's just interesting to me that Steam and some of these other storefronts are being attacked. It doesn't make any sense to me, and it feels like a major infringement because remember, it starts small, but it always gets big. Pause. Let's get into polls. So after 70 votes, Battlefield 3 and 4 is the winner of the poll, which is actually sort of surprising. Not totally surprising because they are the best games, but it kind of shows the age of my audience perhaps, because Battlefield 2 got almost no votes and that game was amazing. Although this one kind of played out exactly how I thought it would, even if there were some people upset about Hardline. Come on, maybe I'll add that to the worst Battlefield games of all time poll. We also had 35 votes in a four-way battle between picking your tag team partner. Cammy, Sofita, Jackie Briggs, Michelle Chang. Poor Michelle didn't get a single vote. Can you believe this? What an atrocity. It's kind of funny coming up with some of these options because somebody just said, I don't know who any of these people are, which I found to be pretty funny. You don't know Michelle Chang, dude? Come on. Anyway, Cammy's the clear winner, 77%. And finally, with just 30 votes, albeit all in one day, a pretty clear winner here on which studio will see more success. You know, with Halo and Battlefield both dedicating studios to a single game project, I feel like we all win in this deal. But ye of little faith did not believe that Halo Studios can pull it off. At least not better than Battlefield can. 87%! An overwhelming victory for Battlefield Studios. We'll see. Battlefield 6 is just around the corner, and the proof will always be in the warfare. You thought I was going to say pudding. No, but I am really pulling for Halo. What the am I even talking about? Alright, it's that time again. It's time to find some new games to play. What did we play this week? We played 3 new games. It just so happens to be that there are 3 strategy games. All of different sorts, though. Different mechanics in each one. Well, let's jump into it with our first game, Extinction Day. So Extinction Day is kind of a homage to Plague Inc. If you remember Plague Inc., it was a strategy game where you had to put together like a virus that would take over, that would infect the entire world. It was a pretty cool game until, you know, that thing happened. That thing
in 2020? Oh,
yeah, we don't have to talk about that anymore. Extinction Day kind of gives you a similar task, except with a little bit of a darker twist here. You see, in Extinction Day, you are tasked with killing the entire planet with natural disasters, warfare, and even a zombie apocalypse. Now, playing through the first impression of this game, which would be like the first 10 to 30 minutes typically for me, the game just kind of felt like a snowball type game. There wasn't a ton of challenge in it. You have to remember that this is like the first level here. So I'm sure at some point in the game, there will be a mechanic involved that ups the difficulty a little bit. For what I did play, there was some decent mechanics, a lot of upgrades. Things progress at a pretty rapid rate. I mean, you have storms and stuff and you add points to them and they grow and they spread and they get bigger and you can add attributes to them. I wasn't sure if I was going to give this game a pass or a fail on the is it fun scale until I gave myself some time to think about it. and I realized that I kind of did want to see what warfare looked like. I kind of did want to see what a zombie apocalypse looked like. So it was fun enough to pique my interest in the sense that I kind of want to keep playing it. That being said, there are I mean, if you're going to go dark, you could go real dark with this game. You know, you could make the little human figures a little more realistic. You could add screams. I mean, how deep, how dark do we want to go with this thing? But as it stands right now, is it fun? Yes, it's fun. Go give it a shot. See if you like it. If you're really into these simulation take over the world type games, this one might be for you. On to the next game. Pair a Dice. A strategy, survival, dice mechanic, crafting game that plants you on a deserted island where you have to roll dice in order to gain resources that eventually you will be able to craft to accomplish a certain amount of goals to try and get off of the planet, the planet, I assume. You crash from the sky in the beginning of the game off of a spaceship. It's insane. I will start by saying that I absolutely love the idea of this game. I don't know if somebody has done this before. Has anybody ever done this before? Is this a newer idea? Has anybody made a game similar to this? If not, this is a brilliant concept. It just needs to be executed a little bit better. It is very clearly an indie game, and that is no shade to an indie developer, but they do come with their quirks. You know, we've played a lot of these games, and sometimes they could be done better. A lot of times they could be done better. This game is a really, really good concept, and I could see it being fun playing with a couple of your friends. But one of the things that really, really frustrated me with this game was one of the things that frustrates me with a lot of games. The crafting system was rough. The way I described it in the main video was that it felt like PS1 controls, how they changed in every single game. You know how developers were just trying to figure out the best way to make a gameplay on PS1? Nobody had figured it out yet. For instance, Twisted Metal holding forward on the D-pad to go forward. Kind of insane. Well, that's how the crafting system in this game feels to me. It feels like a game where they hadn't seen how a good crafting system works, so they just threw it together however they could make it work, and it's just kind of, yeah. We'll say unpolished, yeah. But I think if they put a couple of the pieces of the puzzle together a little better, this game could be really something special. Now, that's also me assuming that there isn't a game like this already that's done it better, because there could be. I play so many indie games that sometimes I play a subgenre of a game like this and I think it's the first time it's been done, when really there's some other game that's done it way better. Pass, fail. Is it fun? I'm gonna say yes, but there is a tiny asterisk, and that tiny asterisk is only let it cook. Let it cook. It needs more development time, and I hope they stick with it because this concept has a lot of potential. We got one more game. So StormGate is the newest offering in the RTS genre, and I feel like RTS has been kind of ignored for a while. If not ignored, just not innovated upon. And this game doesn't really do a lot of innovating, but it is its own unique take, which is valid. Kind of a fan service to the StarCraft games, except with a little extra something on top of it. It does have a full campaign, solo player. It has 1v1 competitive, which is nice. And it also has a three-player cooperative mode, which I didn't try the cooperative mode, but I did play a bit of the campaign, which was just, it's just all right. I don't think a lot of people are picking these games up these days for the campaign, but I could be wrong.
The StarCraft campaign is amazing.
Oh, who said that? I did, however, play the 1v1 competitive mode, if that's what you want to call it, playing. There were 3 factions to pick from. I chose the Protoss style race, if that's what you want to call it. Army, Legion, peoples, things. I think they're robots. I did get my butt kicked pretty badly, to be honest with you. It was pretty lopsided, as you'll see if you go watch the main video. But the game itself feels pretty polished and good. I can't speak on balance and depth. I only played a half hour of the game. I played just enough to see, does it play right? Does it feel smooth? Are the graphics good? And when I say are the graphics good, I mean, are they janky or are they functional? The graphics of this game look great. It almost reminds me of Heroes of the Storm. Do you remember that? That little flash in the pan? Well, even though I got my butt kicked, I felt like I could sit down and learn this game. It's got very old school vibes. It really does give off the old school StarCraft 1 and 2 vibes. Speaking of, what's going on with StarCraft? I guess Blizzard as a company has just imploded upon itself, and it's not really Blizzard anymore. It's just a bunch of people who work at a company with the name Blizzard on the front of the building. We are just really in a lot of trouble these days.
All of our All of our favorite companies are gone.
But yeah, I got absolutely smashed by the demon class, the demon horde army that is supposed to be like Zerg. They kind of play like Zerg from what I can tell. But it was actually kind of fun, and it kind of relit that spark inside me that I once had with old Command & Conquer and StarCraft. So this might be one of them ones, if you're really into these types of games, you know, the RTS genre, maybe give this one a shot. This one is free on Steam, so you can just give it a shot. But that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for watching. As always, make sure to check me out every Thursday evening live on YouTube. If you're watching this right now, that's right, this coming Thursday, I'll be live on YouTube, and you can watch and hang out and say hi. I might even say hi back. Who knows? But that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure to join our Discord. Check the description of this video. There will be a ton of links in there for everything that I do, that I want you to do, that the world needs you to do. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.